Thanks for joining us. This is Signature TV 30 Minutes. I am Nwabueze Njoku. In the headlines, President Buhari, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, others lay wreaths in honor of Nigeria's fallen heroes. Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 says federal government is not contemplating another lockdown. Kebbi State government approves 2.4 billion for consultancy projects. And now the details. President Muhammadu Buhari on Friday led government officials and members of the diplomatic corps to the National Arcade opposite the Eagle Square in Abuja to honor the nation's fallen heroes. The event featured the traditional laying of wreaths, marking the end of the activities of the 2021 Armed Forces Remembrance Day, which started with the launching of the Remembrance emblem last year. The President, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, President of the Senate Ahmed Lawan, Speaker of the House of Representatives Femi Gbajabiamila, and the Chief Justice of Nigeria Tanko Muhammadu led the nation's security chiefs to lay the wreath in honor of Nigeria's dead soldiers in the service of their nation. The event also featured special prayers, a minute's silence, gun salutes, release of pigeons to represent peace, and signing of the anniversary register, among others. The special advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Gbajabiamila, said the Remembrance Program offered an opportunity to chronicle current landmark achievements by the Nigerian military in tackling security challenges in the nation. Nigeria has today marked the Armed Forces Remembrance Day to honor dead soldiers in the service of their fatherland. This year's remembrance, which took place at the Eagle Square in Abuja, was attended by President Muhammadu Buhari and his senior government officials and diplomats. Signature TV correspondent Nasiru Usman was on the streets of Abuja to get the reactions of ordinary Nigerians on how much the Nigerian military has contributed to the growth and development of Nigeria.
In the past, they have really tried. During the Civil War, they really tried a lot by fighting the Civil War. But if you should ask me, the Nigerian military we have as at now, to some extent, it has been politicized.
It is no news that the security architecture is compromised. There have been cries and shouts from everywhere, change the security architecture, something should be done so that we can see significant result. But of course, since nothing has been done, the result is what we are seeing. Banditry is growing, terrorism is on the increase, it's on the rise, and it's not helping this nation in any way. It's not contributing to our security, it's doing nothing to our economy, and that is why one of the reasons why we are where we are.
The Nigerian Army is very useful to the development and growth of the nation, of the country Nigeria, because without their presence, not the way we think, the opposite would have been the other side of it.
To be sincere, the army, the military, they are trying, but their best is not yet good enough. What we want to see is, one, the way insecurity is going on to be reduced to the barest minimum.
On the whole, we can say that the military is trying. Even the fight against the insurgency, there has been, if not the military, maybe by now the whole country would have been overrun. When we have pockets of problems here and there, the military will come in and they will quell the problem when it is getting out of the hands of the police The military has always been instrumental, and
to me, so far so good. I think our gallant military in the war front are doing well, and we still need more of their power so that we can capture, everything can be normal. The insurgents and the other kidnapping and banditry in the country can be solved and put to rest.
The Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 says the federal government is not contemplating another nationwide lockdown. The chairman of the Presidential Task Force, Boss Mustafa, gave the assurance on Thursday in a statement he issued in Abuja. Mustafa said the Presidential Task Force has not made any recommendation to that effect to the presidency, and therefore the federal government was not considering another lockdown. They said the attention of the task force was drawn to some misinformation in the social media that the federal government would order a nationwide lockdown this weekend. Boss Mustafa, who urged Nigerians to disregard the misinformation, enjoined them to join hands with the federal government to contain the spread of the coronavirus by adhering strictly to the non-pharmaceutical intervention as represented by the task force. The National Youth Service Corps has banned all forms of religious activities in the orientation camps. National Youth Service Corps Camp Safe Reopening leader Okorodemu stated this on Friday at a sensitizing webinar for 2020 Batch B Stream 2 camp members. He said only 200 corps members would resume each day and will be tested for COVID-19 upon getting to the NYSC camps, noting that those who test positive for the virus will be isolated at approved NCDC health facilities, while those who test negative will be allowed into the camps. The event with the theme Protecting the Health of the Nigerian Youth, Safe Reopening of NYSC Orientation Camp, also had in attendance the Director General of the scheme, Brigadier General Shuaibu Ibrahim, as well as the Director General of the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, Dr. Chikwe Iekwazo. The National Youth Service Corps DG, who said corps members would be allowed on NYSC approved camps nationwide from January 19, 2021, as against 18, 2021, earlier announced, maintained that the service will not hesitate to decamp any corps member who fails to adhere strictly to COVID-19 protocols on orientation camps. The authorities of the University of Ibadan have approved February 22, 2021 for the resumption of academic activities in the institution. The Public Relations Officer of the University, Olatunji Oladejo, said that the institution's Senate met on Thursday to deliberate on the resumption date. He said the Senate approved the recommendations by the university's Committee of Provosts, Deans, and Directors, which earlier met on Monday. One of the approved recommendations is that the institution would not admit undergraduate students through the Joint Admissions and Matriculations Board, JAMB, for the 2021-2022 session. Olatunji said that the university also cancelled its 2019-2020 academic session and renamed it 2020-2021, and activities will commence for those admitted for the renewed academic session on February 22, 2021. The federal government said it disbursed 518 million naira to the Sokoto State government in 2020 as National Healthcare Intervention Fund, aimed at enhancing the lives of vulnerable persons in the society. Dr. Nasir Sambo, the Executive Secretary of the National Health Insurance Scheme, who made this known in an interview on Thursday, said the federal government remained committed to the attainment of mandatory universal health coverage toward ensuring improved health care to citizens. The Executive Secretary said arrangement had been made to ensure sustainability of the program, and also 18.7 million naira was shared to state governments by the National Health Insurance Service as operational fund to enroll beneficiaries in their respective states. The Sokoto State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Ali Emmanuel, assured of government's commitment in the coverage in the overall process and urged community and religious leaders to support the exercise. Alhaji San Umar Jabi, the district head of Gagi and leader of Gagi Primary Health Care Center community, which was the venue of the enrollment launch, promised an increased community partnership and mobilization to achieve the desired results. The chairman of the Akwa Ibom State Secondary Education Board, Ekaete Okon, has briefed the Executive Council Recruitment Supervision Committee led by the State Head of Service, Elder Effion Essien, on the state of preparedness of the board for the recruitment of teachers as directed by the state government. Okon assured that the necessary logistics have been provided to carry out the smooth takeoff and execution of the recruitment exercise, and assure that the recruitment processes will be transparent. The recruitment will commence on Monday, the 18th of January 2021, with the opening of the application portal. The Kebbi State Government says it has approved the release of 2.4 billion naira for various constituency projects in the 21 local government areas of the state. The State Commissioner for Water Resources and Rural Development, Alhaji Nora Kangiwa, said this while briefing newsmen in Brenin Kebbi on Friday. He said the projects are to be executed under the various ministries, departments, and agencies in fulfillment of the policy thrust of the Governor Bagudu-led administration in the provision of social amenities to the people. Kangiwa also stated that the state government had mandated members of the State House of Assembly to identify important projects in their constituencies for submission to the appropriate ministries for his approval. The commissioner therefore called on the people of the state to work closely with their representatives at the State House of Assembly in order to identify areas of priorities for the betterment of their communities. In business, about 96 companies from various jurisdictions have indicated interest in undertaking the rehabilitation of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC's) downstream infrastructure. This was disclosed at a virtual public bid opening exercise which held at the NNPC towers in Abuja for the pre-qualification of companies for the contract. The Group General Manager, Group Public Affairs Division of the NNPC, Dr. Kunle Obateru, stated that the public opening of the bids for the contract was in keeping with the NNPC management commitment to accountability in all its processes and transactions. Speaking at the event, the managing director of the Nigerian Pipelines and Storage Company, Ada Oyetunde, disclosed that the exercise was in conformity with the mandate of the federal government to promote rehabilitation of critical downstream infrastructure across the country. Manufacturers Association of Nigeria (MAN) has kicked against the recent increase in electricity tariff by the federal government. The Director General of the association, Shegun Ajayi Kadiri, who stated this in Lagos, said that the increase in tariff, which is coming at the commencement of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement and barely 3 months after the initial increment, was not a friendly policy. He explained that this is against the background of prevailing harsh operational environment, the increasing burden of taxes, and the enormous spending on self-generated electricity up to the tune of 70 billion naira. He said that the manufacturers also faced the challenge of high monthly electricity bills, and ailing state of the sector is just recovering from a lockdown occasioned by the ravaging COVID-19 pandemic. And now for the stock market report. Transaction on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange this Friday closed bullish as investors gained 111.373 billion naira. The gainers were 54, while only 12 losers were recorded. The equity capitalization also rose from 21.9 trillion naira on Thursday to 21.53 trillion naira on Friday. This was 111.373 naira gain. The all-share index also closed blue, closing at 41,176.14 points from 40,963.14, a 0.54% rise. The volume of stocks traded with its value, however, fell by about 16%. The volume declined from 809.362 million to 666.6, a 17.63% fall. The value consequently plunged to 6.396 billion naira from 8.9 billion traded on Thursday. On the performance side, Zenith Bank PLC equity was the most traded, having 486 deals valued at 964.6 million naira. WAPIC PLC was topmost gainer, while Darcom PLC was on top among the 12 losers. And now to the foreign scene. United States President Donald Trump plans to move to his resort in Mar-a-Lago in Florida. Immediately, Joe Biden is sworn in as president on January 2021. Trump plans to employ a few of his loyal aides to work for him, and his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, who will be spending some time working with him after his presidency. However, Trump, who officially declared Florida as his home in 2019, may be facing resistance from neighbors who have already declared that they did not want him in their neighborhood. According to an earlier report, several of Trump's neighbors delivered a demand letter to the town authorities of Palm Beach addressed to the United States Secret Service, which said that the president lost his legal right to permanently live in Mar-a-Lago due to an agreement he signed in 1993 when he turned his private residence into a private club. The second wave of COVID-19 is projected to be on the increase at this time of the year. Please be safe, maintain social distance, and obey all other protocols. And wear your face mask while you're going about your daily activities. That is Signature TV 30 minutes for this Friday. On behalf of my producer, Marvelous Obamano, and Wabos Njako, thanking you for watching. Good evening.